Sorry about that. Good evening and welcome to Video Game Mania. Here on the Basement Show with Mr. Knast. I am Mr. Knast. I run this show solo. Normally I have a guest to start off the show, but tonight I am flying solo for a little bit. So we should be having Just Too Breezy Gaming joining us in a little bit, but for the time being you have yours truly on the show. So we'll wait a couple of seconds, let people file in. I figured tonight for the first little bit of the show we can talk about some old school NES games. So if you had the old Nintendo, that is the NES. So hope people want to join in and jump in for a fun-filled conversation. I am open to it. Good evening, Curtis. Thank you for popping in tonight. It is nice to see you. Hope you're having a fine Wednesday. I've had a bit of a lazy day myself, but that's what happens sometimes when you have the day off from work. You just want to sit back and relax. So, thanks for popping in tonight. So, let me turn this on really quick. Now, Curtis, since you're in the chat, let me ask you, did you have a Nintendo growing up? Yes, I'm doing good. I'm just playing NBA 2K23. Very nice. One game I have yet to play. I have NBA 2K21, so I'm about 2 years behind, but that's okay. And he says yes. Well, good. Then you will like this conversation that we are going to have tonight, because I'm going to pull up a bunch of old Nintendo games, so we can go through like the top games of the year, what was popular on Nintendo back in the day, and then later on in the night, I'm supposed to have Just Too Breezy joining me for an hour, so we'll see how that goes, but for the time being, like I said, you have just me, myself, and I. So, if anyone else is out there and wants to join in the conversation, please feel free. We love interaction on this show. That is what fuels the Basement Show. I know it's a little bit weird, me being a host by myself, but hey, sometimes you have to. NES top selling games. There we go. Top selling NES games. Here we go. List of best selling Nintendo Entertainment System video games. Quick at that real quick. And number one, of course, on the list is Super Mario Brothers. I'm sure Curtis had that game. I know my grandparents did. I never personally owned a Nintendo, but I had a bunch of friends and family who did. So that's how I got to play it by going to family members' house and just hanging out. I know my grandparents were big into Tetris, which is number 4, but number 2 is always a fun game as well, and the good old Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt was a classic gun shooting game. I mean, you point at the screen and you got ducks jumping across the screen, and so yes, I had that. Donkey Kong was really good. Of course, Mario Kart. Mario Kart is another classic Nintendo game. Yes, very, very true, Mr. Curtis. And I loved it on the Nintendo 64 as well. Which that will be a later show discussion. So, but yes, the Mario Kart was good. Donkey Kong was good. You can't go wrong with the Super Mario Brothers. Like I said, Tetris, which is number 4, sold 8 million copies. The old Legend of Zelda, which I personally never beat, but I know a lot of people who did. So, Zelda's another popular one. Yep, Zelda. Dr. Mario. Don't think I've ever played that one. But I know some people that had it. Then you had Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link. I didn't know they made a sequel to Zelda. That's how much I know. Excite Bike. Now this was a fun game to play. I don't know if you ever played it, Curtis, or not, but Excite Bike was a dirt bike racing game, and just using a little handheld controller to play. You have the analog pad, and then you have A, B, and C. That was it. and the start button. So the controls back then were a lot less complicated than they were today. He says, yes, that was a fun game. It was. Excitebike could keep you entertained for hours. After that, you have golf. Just plain old golf. Which, anytime you play a golfing game is really fun. Now, here's one of my favorite games growing up. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you never played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the Nintendo, you were missing out. Hands down, one of the most funnest games to ever play on that system. And one of the first ones that was not made by Nintendo itself. It was actually made by a company, Konami. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but Konami. Konami. So it was basically like a Japanese producer, but Ninja Turtles was a lot of fun to play. Dragon Quest, never played that. Then move back into Nintendo games. We have Kung Fu, baseball. I mean, any baseball game on Nintendo is fun. Again, like I said, super easy to play. You have just 3 buttons to choose, and then an analog stick that you basically pick the direction that you wanted to go with your thumb. Kung Fu, baseball, Dragon Quest 4. So Dragon Quest 3 was number 12. Dragon Quest 4 was 15. So I guess they were fun. World Clash Track Meet. Don't think I've ever played that one. Punch Out. I don't know if that's supposed to be Mike Tyson's Punch Out or a different game. Then you have Meteor. The Japanese version of Super Mario Brothers 2. Dragon Quest 2. Ice Hockey. See, some of these I kind of question because are they the original games I played, or is it just what's so fun? I love the boxing game. Now, Punch Out, is that Mike Tyson's version, or is that a different version? I feel Mike Tyson's version came out later in life, if I'm not mistaken. Drop a share real quick. Drop a reaction. Like my own stream. Where'd I go? Okay. I wrote down too fast. Meteor. I mean, that probably sounds like a game that came out after Asteroid on the old Atari system. Super Mario Brothers 2, like I said, Japanese version. Dragon Quest, Ice Hockey. Just plain old ice hockey. Pro Wrestling, which they also had a WrestleMania game come out, if I'm not mistaken, later down the road. Mario Brothers, tennis, volleyball, another fun racing game, Odyssey Pro-Am. Now, Curtis, I don't know if you ever played that one or not, but that was also a very fun game to play growing up. So, I'm not sure, John, about that. Okay. No problem. I figured you might know. Thank you for the clarification anyway. it always appreciate it. Yeah, Odyssey Pro-Am was another fun racing game. I don't know if you played that one or not, Curtis. RBI Baseball. Now, there's a game that was a competitor to the main baseball game growing up, which was always fun to play as well. Then you have the original Dragon Quest. Top Gun. I didn't know they made a game for Top Gun. Sold 2 million copies. Wow. Then you have Soccer, Rad Racer, Pinball, which was fun on the PC as well. That was always a real fun game to play. Kid Icarus. Never heard of that one. Yoshi. Kirby's Adventure. Another fun game growing up. DuckTales. I mean, you didn't have to play the game, but I loved watching DuckTales as a kid. And the fact that they made a video game off of it was amazing as well. I only played it once or twice, but it was a fun game. What else we got? Ghosts and Goblins. Don't think I've ever played that one. Bases Loaded, another baseball game. Donkey Kong Classics. There you go, Curtis. Number 40 on the list. It sold 1.5 million copies. What's up, Diamond? Thanks for popping in tonight, man. Nice to see you. We're talking old school Nintendo games, so it might be a little bit of an older conversation for you, but if you know about the old Nintendo, please feel free to put your input. I mean, it's nice to see you in chat, so thanks for tuning in. This is what I call Video Game Mania, where I try to interview different streamers every week, talk old school gaming, a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, it's a fun-filled conversation, so if you have any input, feel free to put it. After Donkey Kong Classics, I don't know if that was the Donkey Kong you had or not, Curtis, but you have F1 Race, which was another Formula 1 racing game. I had that for Sega, which I will try to talk about next week. Mega Man 2, don't think I've played that one. Load Runner, never heard that. Excavius, nope. Ice Climber, I think I tried that maybe once. What else? Ninja Hattori Khan, never even heard of it. Mighty Bomb Jack, again. Tecom, interesting. It's a Tecom game that I never heard of. What else we have? Nintendo World Cup is a soccer video game for the family computer. It was developed. It was released in 1990. Okay, so I was about 3 years old. Four Ninshu. Never heard that one. Looks like Dominoes almost. Final Fantasy 3 for Nintendo. Wow. Didn't know they had Final Fantasy that boy back. That's pretty impressive. Gyomite is a toy robot accessory for the Nintendo Entertainment NES. It launched in July 1985 as the family computer robot in Japan. So you actually got an old school robot. How cool is that? I never knew that Nintendo had a robot. That's pretty dope. And he looks like RD2 too. Final Fantasy, the first one, came out in 1987. What we got? Family Stadium, never heard of that one. Hogan's Alley is a light gun shooting game developed and published by Nintendo. It was released for the family computer in 1984, then released on Nintendo in 1985. It was one of the first hits to use a light gun as an input device with Nintendo's Duck Hunt in 1984. Alright, so this game rivaled Duck Hunt in the sense, it sounds like, because it gave you the capability of using the gun. I mean, that's what Duck Hunt was famous for, was having that toy gun that you could use to play the game with. So I'm guessing Hogan's Alley was trying to rival Duck Hunt in a way. So that's pretty interesting, you know. Ninja Kid, never heard of that one. Another Japan type game, okay. Dragon Ball. It was released in 1990, where they also, from 1990, these were released under the Dragon Ball Z banner. Okay, so Dragon Ball came out first, and then they released Dragon Ball Z after that. Interesting. So, what else we got? We have Twin B. Is a vertically scrolling shooter released by Konami as an arcade video game in 1985. So, a lot of Japanese games, I would say, came out with the Nintendo, which makes sense because Nintendo came from Japan. So, what else we got? Another one I can't pronounce, so I'm just going to skip. Chip and Dale Rescue Avengers, number 59 on the list, or 1.2 million copies. I'm guessing they made this one based off of the old cartoon. A lot of video games back then were based off based off cartoons, based off movies. That's how they try to promote it. They said, "Oh, based off the top selling movie or the best cartoon." Like, I know the Goonies had a game on Nintendo. I'm surprised I haven't seen that yet. What we got? Doraemon, 1986. Software developed and published over in Japan. So, Commando. There we go. That sounds like a game I would probably play. It's a vertically running gun shooter game released by Capcom for arcades in 1985. Wow, I feel old reading some of these games, I'm not gonna lie. Curtis's Donkey Kong comes in at number 62, selling 1.1 million copies. Donkey Kong is a 1981 video arcade game developed and published by Nintendo. As Mario the player runs and jumps on platforms and climbs ladders to ascend a construction site to rescue Pauline. So, also Madden NFL 09 All Play. Now, Diamond, I'm talking the original Nintendo. I think Madden NFL 09 was a little past the original Nintendo. So, unless I see it on the list, and I'll tell you that I was wrong, I was right. We'll see. You have Yoshi's Cookie. I think that was more towards Super Nintendo, though, if I'm not mistaken. Donkey Kong Jr. Wait a minute, how is that possible? Diamond's too young. It's okay, cause I mean, a lot of these games make me feel old, and I'm younger than some of these games that came out, so that's quite alright. So wait, you had Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. come out the same day, same year. How is that possible? Kind of funny in a way. After that, you have Popeye. Wow. Smashing video. Popeye is a 1982 arcade platform game developed and released by Nintendo based on the comic strip. So, like I just said, a lot of these games were based off comics, movies, and stuff like that, and Popeye is a perfect example of that. Another Family Stadium. Mega Man 3. I never played this one. This came out in 1990. It's an action platform game developed and published by Capcom. So Capcom, Konami, and Nintendo, I would say, were probably the top 3 aspects of video games back then, if I'm not mistaken. So, Famicom Jump. No, that one. Tag Team Match Muscle. Known in Japan as Muscle Tag Match. Interesting. Adventure Island. Another sound familiar game. Don't know that one. Can't even pronounce it. 1942. Huh. I'm guessing this was based off the war back then. Interesting. Everyone's favorite one, Bomberman. I mean, I played Bomberman maybe once or twice as a kid. Nothing really too special, but I know a lot of people who liked it. So, yeah, I mean, that only gives you the top 78, which I didn't see anyone mention the Goonies. Let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna Goon. No. Goonies and there you go. The Goonies, 1986 platform game based off the film the same name. Doesn't tell me how many copies it sold though. The sequel was released title. Alright, so the first one sounds like it was only released in Japan, where the second one is the one that people in the United States would know, because it's called The Goonies 2. And that was also developed by Coleman, and it came out in 1987. This is the one I remember playing as a kid. It scored at 81%. GameSpot gave it a 7.3 out of 10. Game Trailers gave it a 6.2 out of 10. So, the game received generally positive reviews upon its release. The game got a 26 out of 40. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of people didn't like it because it was based off the movie, and not a lot of people other than myself are Goonie fanatics. But if you're a Goonie fanatic, then this was a game that you had to have. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. That's another one I like to play. See if I can find it. There you go. Now, Curtis, I don't know if you're still looking in the chat or not. Did you ever play the game Blades of Steel? I mean, I know that's a little bit before your time, but Blades of Steel was an awesome hockey game to play on the old school Nintendo. Blades of Steel. I can just hear the intro going off in my head, so I'll wait and see if Curtis replies if he ever played this or not, or if anyone else in the chat has. I know I did multiple times growing up. Yes, I played Blades of Steel. It was fun. Absolutely. I mean, probably one of the more funner hockey games that they came out with back then. And then, like it says, fighting in the game is initiated when two players bump into each other 3 times in a row without hitting another player. Huh. I didn't know there was fighting in this game. That's actually kind of cool. That's pretty interesting. I guess I always hit other people, that's why I never got in fights. Interesting. It got a 7.5 out of 10. Not bad. All things considering. Blades of Steel was followed by 2 sequels, NHL Blades of Steel in 1999 for Nintendo 64, and NHL Blades of Steel 2000 for the original PlayStation. That might be worth digging up and doing some research on, I'm not going to lie. I might have to try that. I've always said I want to get like an emulator, so. What was it? So the first one came out in 1987. All teams are fictional, based out of real Canadian and American cities. The game is known for its fast-paced hockey action, and especially for the fighting. It is only a one or two player game. When playing against a computer, there are 3 difficulty levels to choose from: junior, college, and pro. Each team consists of 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, and a goaltender. Yep, no line changes in this game. That was it for sure. I mean, that's what made it fun. It was just constantly back and forth, fast-paced action. So, another one. See if I can find this also. Baseball. Is this it? This is it. Oh, there you go. Now, Curtis, I don't know if you ever played baseball games or not, but this was one of my favorite games on Nintendo. It was called Baseball Stars, which was a classic baseball game for the old Nintendo. If you've never played it, you missed out. I'm sorry, but you missed out. It was developed by Sync SNK. It came out in 1989. It became a hit in many countries worldwide, particularly in the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. Baseball Stars was the first baseball game to have battery backup on any console, and the first NES sports game to have battery backup. This allowed players to create a team, configure a baseball league, and play a season, and the game's memory chip stored cumulative stats. Yep. I mean, this was one of the OG games of like being able to save stuff. But wow, not many people have heard about this game. I mean, it was one of my favorites growing up. I don't know if Curtis you played it or not, but if you didn't, buddy, you were missing out. Simple graphics are coupled with repetitive, upbeat 8-bit music. The depiction is simple: curveballs, fastballs, and off-speed pitchers and sinkers. The batting is as a swing on a level plane. Yeah, I mean, you needed hand-eye coordination about that one. I didn't play that one, but I played Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball. I would look that one up next for you, Curtis. I want to see if I played that one or not. Although the game does not use any major league teams, one of the default teams, American Dreams, designated players with the names that are based on real former baseball players such as Pete, Hank, Babe, Sandy, Cy, Denny, and Willie. That is true. It was that American Dreams team was pretty stacked. I'm not gonna lie. They were lying about that one. The game has a 10-run mercy rule. Man, I feel old reading this stuff. This is cool. Alright, we got Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball. But let's see what we got, Curtis. That came out on Super Nintendo. Okay. It's a Super NES baseball game. Okay, that was released in 1994. The game has an MLB license, but not a Major League Baseball Players Association license, meaning the game that has real stadiums and real teams, but not real players, except for Ken Griffey himself. That strikes me as kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie, like how you have a game come out with a major league player on the cover. You can use real major league teams and stadiums, but you don't get the real rosters. That's kind of bizarre. Came out in 1994 for Super Nintendo and Game Boy. That was probably a fun game to play on Game Boy. The Kansas City Royals and Chicago White Sox are the only two teams to play night games at their respective ballparks. Sorry. I mean, it just basically gives you a rundown of how the game was played and stuff. Like the Philadelphia Phillies are the only team to play in the generic stadium with AstroTurf and the green outfield wall. Of course, they would make Philly to be the bad guy in this game. What else is new? The Pirates, Cardinals, Astros, Expos. Wow, Montreal Expos. You're going back in time when you're reading that. And Cincinnati Reds are the only teams to play in generic stadium with AstroTurf and a blue wall. And then the Braves, Brewers, Padres, and California Angels, not the Anaheim Angels, the California Angels, are the only teams that play in a generic stadium with natural gas and a blue outfield wall. Interesting. I mean, I don't think I've ever played this one, but some of it's pretty interesting. I might have to look that one up as well. You have any other games that you would like me to look up, Curtis? I'm open to doing so. The Philadelphia Phillies feature Rocky Homage and Arbabella, who fills in for catcher, and A. Creed, who stands in for third base. I like that. Balboa as catcher, and A. Creed for third base. They also have a Philly landmark, L. Bell, filling in for utility first baseman Ricky Jordan. T. Perry stands in for Kurt Schilling. D. Love for Lenny Dykstra. B. Melanie for Wes Chamberlain. B. Spector for John Crook. T. Crystal stands in for Mickey Morandini. And Fat F. Albert stands in for closer Mitch Williams. So, like, all those are like iconic names in Philly. So, I guess what this game was trying to do is, since they couldn't use real major league players, they used, I guess, city historical figures to fill in for it. That's a good way to do it. I mean, he, Johnny Thunders, Joey Romero. Like, I'm just reading all these different teams. Like, some of these are funny. Jimi Hendrix filled in for designated hitter Dave Winfield in Minnesota. Huh. I mean, I could read all these on and on. So, if there's any other games that you guys want me to look up, feel free to let me know. I mean, I am open to it. So, I know it's a little different not having a guest on right away. So, I'm just trying to pass some time and look up some old games. So, what was another one? What one was Home Alone on? Oh, it's probably that'd be good. Final Fight. Okay, let's look at Final Fight for Mr. Curtis. Final Fight video game. 1989. So this was developed by Capcom. Originally released in 1989 as an arcade game. The game lets the player control one of the three Street Fighters formerly known as Mike Hager, Cody Tavares, and the modern day Ninja Guy. Just Guy the Ninja. The game began development as a sequel to the original Street Fighter, which was another classic game. That was always fun to play. Under the working title Street Fighter 1989. But then the game was switched from a fighting game to beat 'em up, and the title was changed to Final Fight following the success of Double Dragon. Final Fight was ported to various home computers and consoles, including ZX Spectrum, Super Nintendo, NES, and Sega CD. See, Sega CD was a thing. I mean, I had Jimmy Dukes on a couple weeks ago. He didn't know what Sega CD was. I mean, I think Sega CD was actually the first gaming actual console that you had disc and stuff for. So, if I'm not mistaken. Because everything else used to be just cartridges, if I'm not mistaken. But, what was that? WWF. Where was it? Come on. Yep, there you go. Curtis, I don't know if you ever played this one or not, but this was a classic game also back in the day. WWF WrestleMania Challenge. Basically, it was just WWF WrestleMania, is what a lot of people called it. But it had all the old school wrestlers: Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior, Big Boss Man. Like, this game was fun. Came out in 1990 for the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES as we call it, and it blossomed. I mean, it didn't really score that high, but I enjoyed it. I don't know if I can speak for everybody else, but the old school WrestleMania game was legit. It was a lot of fun to play. Came out in 1990, and you pretty much had the main roster that you could play with. I mean, you had to unlock anybody or what, but if you never played this one, you were missing out. Modes of the 1-on-1 match, tag team match, a 3-on-3, Survivor Series, elimination. What else we have? Also included a 2-player only tag team championship mode. Yep, I mean, it was fun. That's all I can say. I mean, if you didn't play this one, you were missing out. I don't think they made a sequel to this. Yes, it was a good wrestling game. It was easy to play. Confirmed. Me and my buddies always played it. Amen. So, I mean, for its time, it was a very advanced wrestling game. I'm sure you can contest to that, Curtis, but I thought it was ahead of its time. I mean, well, what other games we have for the old school Nintendo? Let's see. Curtis, if you have any more that you would like me to look up, feel free to let me know. NES games. Let's see. Here we go. I now have just found a whole entire list. I'm happy now. The Addams Family. That was another pretty bizarre game. Adventure Island had many sequels. So far, I've heard of it at time. Kind of confused by the comment, I'm not gonna lie, but here's one. Oh, now Curtis, I don't know if you ever played this one or not, but this was another real fun game. American Gladiators. I know it was a really popular type game. Show to watch. I mean, sorry, not game, but they tried to make a game off of it, and it was bizarre. I mean, the game had its moments. Just stop by to say hello. Thank you for popping in tonight, Gary. Thank you. Always appreciate it, my good friend. We're talking old school Nintendo games tonight, so I know you're just listening and probably looking, but if you remember any of these games, feel free to let me know. I mean, old school Nintendo, you're talking going back about 35 years, so even prior to that. Because some of these games came out before I was born, and I just turned 36, so. The American Gladiators, that was a fun game to play. I always enjoyed watching the show as well. I mean, I guess you would consider it a game show. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Assault, yeah, I mean, this game had it all. It was heavy covered. It got a 3.5 out of 5 on Nintendo. This game didn't score well at all. Official Nintendo magazine only gave it a 38 out of 10. 100, sorry, 38 out of 100. 38 out of 10. That's a little bit. I'm just kidding. But no, I guess it was probably rivaling the WWF WrestleMania back in the day, I would say, but whole different aspect. Excuse me. After American Gladiators, let's see what else we have. What's that? I just missed it. Hold on. There we go. Back to the Future had a video game released in 1989. In single player mode, the player controls Marty McFly through various stages in 1955, in which he connects various clock icons in order to advance to the next level. Interesting. I mean, like I said, back then, a lot of these older games, I didn't know Back to the Future. Neither did I, Curtis. I mean, I'm just reading this for the first time. It's actually quite interesting, actually. I did cut my hair. I mean, I did? Oh, yeah, I did. Had to get rid of my gray hair that you can still see popping up and out. So, good evening, Andrea. Thank you for popping in. I don't know if she likes my haircut or not, but that might be a thinking emoji. But yes, I did get my ears lowered. It was time. My hair was getting ridiculously long. I wanted to go with the younger look. I meant to shave this stuff off today because I got rid of the gray hair up here, but now I have it down here. So I will be trimming this probably tonight or tomorrow night. We'll see. But the game only contains 2 songs from the film. I think he would like it more if it was green. Maybe. I was questioning if you did. I feel like it's been years since I saw you. I mean, it's been a minute, Andrew. I won't lie. It's been a minute, but that's okay. You would have saw it sooner or later. And if the Eagles would have won the Super Bowl again, I already had told my boss that I was probably going to come into work with a mohawk like they did. So I'm adding more green to mine. I mean, more kudos to you. I mean, if you can find me hair dye that doesn't burn your scalp, I'm all for it. But the last time I tried dyeing my hair blonde, believe it or not, yes, I was stupid and immature as a kid. I tried dyeing my hair blonde. It dried my scalp out, so I was literally picking scabs out of the top of my head. Not fun. Not fun at all. So, you're just tuning in. Welcome to Video Game Mania, my new Wednesday show that I run solo. We sit back, talk old video games. Usually I have a different streamer on, so you can get to know the streamers. I should be having one join me in about 20 minutes or so. We shall see. But for the time being, we are just talking about old school Nintendo games. Just original Nintendo, Super Nintendo. So if you want to chime in on the conversation, feel free. Right now we're talking about green hair. Because Andrew was recommending showing my haircut for the first time. I mean, it makes me feel younger. Not going to lie. So I hope you like it. But yeah, just here to have some fun and hang out. But the Back to the Future had 2 songs from the original film. One is a sped up version of Power of Love, which plays throughout the game, and the other is Johnny Be Good, which plays in the guitar level. If Marty loses all his lives, the player is shown a game over screen reading. Tough luck, Marty. It looks like you are stuck here. The player is also presented with the message if Morty fails to get the DeLorean to 88 miles per hour by the time he reaches the wire, regardless of how many lives he has left. Wow. They just Morty hard on this game. Doesn't give ratings though. I can't find the ratings on it. So. Oh, here we go, Diamond. I don't want to hear about your Kansas City Chiefs. Just kidding, Diamond. It was a good game. That's all I'm going to say. It's a very good Super Bowl this year, and yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Still a little hurt by it, but the original Pac-Man, yeah, scary. That was another very good Nintendo game. I will see if I can find that since you recommended it. Where we at? There we go, Pac-Man. You have okay. There's 2 of them, but the one that you're probably referring to is by Namco. It's the developer of it. It came out in 1990. It was originally called Puck-Man. I guess they dropped the K. Puck-Man. I like that. Puck-Man. The game was released by Midway Manufacturing. So yeah, you can't go wrong with Pac-Man. I mean, this game still holds up to this day. I mean, anytime you go to an arcade or something like that, you find a Pac-Man machine. So, you figure 1980, that game is now, what, 43 years old? And people still rave about it? I didn't like Mrs. Pac-Man so much. I think they should have just kept the original Pac-Man version of it. But almost the same as that identical game. So you really can't go wrong with that. And it was a single player or a multiplayer, so you could pass it on and off between friends, which made it fun because whenever you played this game, you got in a competition with your friends. It's like, oh, this is cool. I'm actually beating you. So definitely a good game. Good choice, my friend. And I got a 9 out of 10. And then a 7 out of 10 on IGN. It won Arcade Awards in 1981 for Best Commercial Arcade Game. Yeah, so. Definitely a good game to play. And still holds up, like I said, to this day. So I'm going to go back up on top of my list. Andrew and Curtis, if you have any suggestions as well that you used to play, let me know. I can see if I can find them on this massive list I just found. But sorry, I'm still here. Don't be sorry, Andrew. Is there any old school Nintendo games that you like? That you would like me to load up for you? What was I at? We were at Back to the Future, okay. So after that we have Baseball Stars. Bases Loaded was another fun baseball game back in the day. Batman the video game was based off the original movie. Again, I don't know if many people played it, but that one was fun. Then you had Batman the video game based off the first one. And then Batman Returns came out in 1992 as a beat-em-up video game. Andrea says Duck Hunt. And I think we've all played Duck Hunt at least once in our times, Andrea. So Duck Hunt is a classic. I will go through that one in a second. Actually, you know what? You suggested it, so I will bring it up. Where's it at? Duck Hunt. There you go. Came out in 1985. 1984, sorry. Is a light gun shooter video game developed and published by Nintendo and for the Nintendo Entertainment System, aka NES. And I think they also re-released it for Super Nintendo, if I'm not mistaken. But this was like literally the first time ever using a toy gun, you might as well say. I mean, you either can shoot ducks or they had disc shooting that you could do as well. They were both really tough. It was all about your hand-eye coordination whenever you shot the gun. So, Game A or Game B, the targets were flying ducks. Game A, Game B is the targets were flying ducks, and the award-winning area. Game C is clay pigeons. Okay. So, yeah, you had multiple ways to use this. See, I don't understand that. It only got a 7.5 out of 10. I think it should have been higher. But, maybe parents thought it was too violent. And like I said, it was popularized like the light gun video game show with Hogan's Alley, so back and forth, I guess you can say. And then Curtis says Contra. Contra. There we go. Contra, looks like Rambo. It's a running gun shooting video game developed by Konami. Originally developed as a coin-operated arcade game in 1986. And released in February 20th, 1987. So it came out just as I was born. Amen. A home version was released for Nintendo in 1988, and along with various home computer formats. Yeah, so I mean, it was first released as a video arcade game, and then came out as a normal arcade video game in 1987. No, 88, sorry. So it was originally developed as a coin-operated arcade game in 1986 and released in 1987. A home version was released in 1988. Okay. So the arcade version came first, then the home game. Got it. What is Donkey Kong was mentioned? I can go back over it if you would like, Gary. That was one of Curtis's favorite games he said growing up, but I can pull it up as well for you. But as far as this game goes, on the old NES game rankings, it got 90%. 4 out of 5. So Curtis, good game. I mean, best action game, Electronic Game Monthly gave it the Best Action Game award. Yeah, I mean, a 63 out of 100 on the Metacritic, which is a passing grade. So, yeah, good choice, Curtis. I can see why you liked it. Now we're gonna go back to Mr. Donkey Kong for Mr. Gary. Mr. Donkey Kong for Mr. Gary. I like that. Donkey Kong came out in 1981. Yeah, 1981 for North America. It was released in July 1981, July 31st to be exact. So, older type game, but again, probably would still hold up in many classic arcades to this day. I mean, you can never go wrong with Donkey Kong. So, let's see, what's the ratings at? Here we go. The arcade got a 5 out of 5. ColecoVision got a 4.5 out of 5. Computer and video games at 45% on NES. 9 out of 10 on electronic games. Wow. That scored high as well. Amelioration. Donkey Kong spawned the sequel Donkey Kong Jr. in 1982, with the player controlled Donkey Kong's son in an attempt to save his father Mario. The 1983 spin-off of Mario Brothers introduces Mario's brother Luigi in a single-screen competitive game set in the sewer and launched the Mario franchise. 1983, Donkey Kong 3 appeared in the form of a fixed shooter with an exterminator named Stanley riding the ape and insects from a greenhouse. Huh. So you had 3 games of Donkey Kong come out back years. That's pretty impressive back then to release 3 games like that in 3 consecutive years. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't say if it won any awards, but hey, a 4 out of 5 is pretty damn good. So, that's another very good choice, Mr. Gary. Thank you for recommending that one. And, like I said, you can find a lot of these games still in classic arcades. I mean, you ever go to an arcade and play old school pinball machines or something, they have those stand-up video games. A lot of these games are still out there, so. Going back up real quick, let's see if I just missed any. We talked about the Batman games. I never knew they released a Beetlejuice game neither. That's pretty cool. I would probably like that back in the day. Bigfoot was another good racing video game released in 1990. That was a fun monster truck game. I don't know if anyone's ever played that. Now, there we go. Bill Elliott's NASCAR Challenge. It was released in 1991. It was actually one of the first NASCAR games ever released. I mean, this was a classic game. I mean, the graphics were absolutely horrible, but for the time period, it was really good. Bill Elliott's NASCAR Challenge is a racing simulation of NASCAR. Gameplay is only seen from the in-car perspective. So you could only basically play this game if you were wanting to drive in the car. I mean, nowadays you have multiple different camera views that you could play the game with, but back then you could only drive the car and basically be stuck in the in-car position. Players could choose to run single races at each track or run for the championship. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't give you a rating, but hey, he's early, but what's up, Just Too Breezy? There he is.
Mic check, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, my son.
Let's go.
Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in.
Hey, anytime, my guy. Anytime. This long time in the making.
Yeah, definitely. I was just filming the first hour. We were talking about old school Nintendo games.
Ooh, which games?
While we were talking Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, I just talked a little bit about Bill Elliott's NASCAR challenge.
Ooh, I haven't heard that one in a minute.
So
That's a good game right there. That's a good game.
definitely. So now I'm going to tell you, if you're on your computer and you
Yeah.
see on your right hand side it says comments, banners, and all that stuff,
I see comments, yes.
you can click on comments and that'll bring up your chat.
Ooh, okay. What's up, Chad? How y'all doing?
We got Curtis in the building. Andrew is looking for a little bit. My friend
Hey,
Gary was
that's my
here.
twin. I don't know if she's told y'all. Andrea's my twin.
We've heard that numerous times.
I'm gonna just keep telling the world, okay? Andrea is my twin, okay?
But no, I'm glad that you could join me. I mean, it's not, like, nice to see you. I mean, you've been talking about trying to get StreamYard yourself, so hopefully it wasn't hard to get into.
Oh no, man, no. It was that link was just simple. I had my mic thing broke, so I'm holding my mic right now. So if y'all hear a lot, if I'm breathing too hard, let me know.
No, you sound fine to me.
All
I mean,
right,
I got my new fancy mic, the one like you, almost like you have. So
which one? What mic you got?
I just got the Tanner Q9.
Hey, okay, yeah, I know exactly what this is. Yeah,
So
I got a couple new mics coming in. I really love the Elgato Wave 3 right now, and so it seems like the quality of it is super clear. So
yeah, I mean, people like say my mic sounds just as good. So
hey, you sound nice and clear. Okay, let's go.
well, when you're sitting at your computer 10 minutes before you start the streaming, mic check it on the camera app multiple times, trying to get your volume right. So
Yeah, it's a vibe. Just trying to figure out, dude, all that stuff like the mic and making sure it's coming in through all right, making sure it's not picking up too much in the background. Bro, when I first started streaming, I had this really janky mic, and it was like picking up the AC. So I was sweating in my house, because all you would hear was a. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm annoyed. I know everybody else is annoyed. So,
well, that's part of working out the kinks when you start a stream. So,
oh, yes sir, yes sir.
I mean, I'm still working on mine a little bit. I mean, people have said I've gotten a lot better. I feel more comfortable. So,
yeah. Oh man, first things first, okay? If y'all not following Mr. Knast himself right now, you are missing out on one. Homeboy is putting on shows all week for his people. Like that's love. That's love. And the work that you put in and the product that comes out, dude, it's amazing. So I mean, I've been telling people to follow you, follow your shows on every single platform, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, because dude, like your shows inspired me a lot to step up my game, to step up the product I'm trying to put out. Like I've taken a little break because I'm working on building my platform back up and relaunching. So,
yeah, well, you want me to really blow you away? That Super Bowl show I did last Monday, not this past one, but the Monday prior when we did that preview show.
Yeah, dude, I meant to text you back on that. My fault. I had a student retreat that I was at, and so my bad. But dude, that show was awesome. It was awesome.
Well, hold your. You're gonna be blown away.
All right.
I put 14 hours worth of prep work into that show. Just for one night, 14 hours of prep work. A 3-hour show that I put in over 14 hours of prep work.
Jeez, man. Hey, when you put in that work, you get blessed, man. You get blessed, and that's the one. It shows the type of man that you are, to put in that work and to not do it like lazily. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm gonna make it a word if it ain't. To put in that work. I mean, like you said, 14 hours to produce that show and then to execute it well. And I know there was some slip ups, some mix ups too, but it's still like, I mean, as a viewer, I couldn't tell, I just know because I don't want to name drop, but somebody who was supposed to be on the show couldn't make it because of work.
That's quite okay. We have that happen a lot.
Right.
There's some people that can't make it, and I forgive them.
Yeah,
luckily, I had a backup plan.
Exactly, and that just shows the hard work that you put in and like the dedication it takes to do stuff like this. To put in that work, to grind, and then when things don't go the way that you visioned it, the way that you envision it, you got to make sure that you are technical enough to like, all right, It's not going this way. Plan B. All right, plan B ain't gonna work. Plan C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z and back to double A. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, well,
yeah,
between the different intros I make every week, especially for Wednesday, going in time and time again, like adding in the intro to fit a slide in for the person I have coming on,
yeah,
that's time consuming too.
yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta make sure your transitions are right and all that fun stuff. But the biggest thing is we're all still having fun with it. So
Yeah, of course, man. If you're not having fun, I think like there's that saying like do something that you know you're gonna enjoy, because if once you stop enjoying it, you're not gonna want to do it no more.
hmm
And so as long as you enjoying it, keep putting in that work because you know it's gonna show. It's
yeah,
gonna show.
I mean I'm 4 away from 300 on Facebook,
Let's go.
and
Come on now.
then 5 away on YouTube and Twitch from 50 subscribers and
Let's
followers.
go,
So
dude. Come on now. Come on.
that's our next big milestone, I would say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's gonna come. I mean, you can't please everybody in this
Right,
business,
right.
but we try to have. My show is just laid back type of show, have fun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and if you I think that mindset is hard. And I think in like doing talk shows, streaming, if you're going in with that mindset of like, man, I gotta please everybody, I don't think I don't think there's that much room to succeed in that, right? Because you're always gonna like second guess yourself. You're always gonna like you're not gonna find the thing that makes you you, and you're not gonna grow in that because you're thinking that you need to do what everybody else wants you to do, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that mindset is something very, very scary to have, you know. And you can't just do things in life, whether that be on platforms, whether that be at work, whether that be even with your family, your friends. You can't live life that way. You got to figure out who you are in the space that you are in, so that you can grow and use your talents in the way that needs to be used. So
I agree. I mean, that's why I love the slogan. I probably stole it from somebody. I'm not gonna lie, but I used to say there's something for everyone.
yeah, of course.
You may not like sports, but you like to tell jokes and have fun, or
Yeah,
like listen to video game chat, get to know different streamers, or you might like talking about movies. Like
yeah.
my 4 shows, I try to gear towards different audiences.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's a beautiful thing you got going, man. And the way that you've like pulled people in to help, like I love it. I love it, my guy.
Yeah.
Like it's good stuff, great stuff.
Like I know Andrew helps me on Friday nights.
I don't know if you know, that's my twin. Okay, that's my twin.
I have Andrew who helps me on Friday nights. I have one of my best friends helping me on Tuesday nights, and then Ron, who's another big helps a lot on Monday night. So we all work it together as a team.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
I mean, eventually I will fill that gap and put a Thursday show back on.
Yeah, yeah,
But for right now, I'm just rocking and rolling with the 4 shows, and people have loved it. So
yeah. That's good. It's good.
I think I just saw on my phone. I have my stream on my phone. It says Jacob Cole is watching. So if Jake Cole's in the building,
Cold World.
he better be starting to chat soon.
What's
so.
good, Cold World? That's my boy. That's my brother, man. J. Cole, man. That's my dude.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him up the East Coast where I'm at for a long time, and he keeps dogging me. So
Hey. We East Coast people, man. Like we got to work on that, you know, the sense of like building that relation. You know what I'm saying? We tend to stick in our cities because I don't know if you know, I'm originally from Boston,
okay.
so I know how it feels to be. Hey, I'm gonna stay in my city. I'm gonna rep my city all day, all night. Okay, but I get you now. J. Cole, good people. He good people.
He's all right. Just kidding. I'll try to poke the bear a little bit to get
get him in the chat. Yes, yeah, he got when he gets started, he'll get going. Hopefully.
But since you're new to the show, on this show I usually have a list of questions that I ask different streamers.
Word.
So people can get to know them. They can go check out your page as well. I try to set links out, tag you in posts, so people can jump on your page and check you out as well. It's to help each other grow.
Yes, sir.
A lot of streamers don't like to do that, but I don't mind it. I know you don't mind it. That I'm sharing my stuff on your page, you share yours on mine anytime you want. So
right. I mean, we gotta stick together. We gotta grow together.
Now he's on Twitch. Whoa, guys, save some for Save some ladies for the rest of us.
I can't with him. Oh my gosh.
Hey, and you just think you play 2K with him almost all the time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my guy. He keeps me sane in them 2K lobbies, bro. He keeps me sane, bro. If you ever need somebody to dunk on some people, go look up Cold World, man.
Yeah, but he rages like Dom used to. Oh. I said it.
2K will do that to you though. 2K will make you want to rage. It make you come out of character sometimes, but you gotta control it. You gotta control it.
He's saying that's Martin being his humble self.
Nah, fam. Nah, I'm speaking truth. I'm speaking truth right now, Cold World.
Breezy doesn't do nothing but speak the truth, my friend.
Amen. Come on, talk about it, John. Talk about it. Come on.
I know it all too well.
Yes, sir.
My first question, if you want to introduce yourself, is who are you?
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Martin Lee, aka Just Too Breezy. And man, I'm just a guy who wants to use gaming to share love to the world, man. I've been playing video games all my life, whether that be FIFA, Madden, 2K when it started coming out. Man, I think the first like system I had was like a Game Boy, and I remember playing Pokemon on that all day, all night. And so but also just building friendships through playing video games. And so when I talked about streaming, I wanted to be able to use my platform to be an encouragement, not only to Black men, but in Black women, but to anybody and everybody who comes into my stream. What I tell the people who follow me is that, hey, welcome to the tribe. And to be a part of the tribe means that you have a place where you can feel loved and appreciated for who you are. You don't need to change who you are to be a part of the tribe. And as chief of that tribe, my job and my goal is to encourage and build people up through whatever life stages that they're in, whether that be, talking through. I think one of my favorite moments on stream was this guy was talking about fatherhood and like what fatherhood looks like. And dude, in the middle of playing, I don't remember what game. I think I was playing 2K, but like having an in-depth conversation and helping him understand like what it means to be a father, because he himself was struggling about his role as a father and stuff like that. So like that's basically what I do when I'm playing. And some of the games I play. Two games that I play a lot right now are Call of Duty Warzone, because I gotta rage every now and then NBA 2K. I used to play a lot of FIFA. When I first started out, FIFA was my game, but I've kind of taken a little break from it, mainly because I haven't gotten the new FIFA game, and I'm waiting to see what FIFA does since they're not part of. Since they're not part of EA Sports anymore, I'm kind of seeing what they do in the future before I invest in another FIFA game.
Gotcha. J. Cole was like, low key, Martin got the Eagles colors on, green and white. Martin, you putting that past Eagles symbol on the side.
Hey, fam. Hey, that's not Eagles colors, bro. That's them Celtics, my boy. That's my Celtics. What you talking about? Nah. Eagles don't got that gold. Okay, they don't got that gold. I put it on backwards so people can see my face, that dark skin gets a little lost in the shadows sometimes. So,
J. Cole being J. Cole, you know that.
Yes, sir.
And then Gary says, welcome aboard.
Hey, glad to be here, Gary. Appreciate it.
Gary's a good friend of mine from where I live. Me and him go to a lot of different Eagles games on the road. So.
Okay, word. I forgot you was an Eagle fan. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, just checking, Sunday, just making sure you was all right. And if you need somebody to hold you,
I'm good. I mean, I wasn't even mad on Sunday night. It was a good game.
Good. It was a great game.
They got out coached. Andy Reid made the adjustment. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We trying to employ whites. That's all we need to see. Wow. John told me you were hopping on. Had to clear my oh so busy schedule to be here for this.
Hey, that's love and support right there.
It is.
That's love and support.
Like they always say, bros before hoes, right?
Hey, okay. Okay.
Just kidding.
Oh, man. But yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So my next question is, if you're not streaming, where could we find you?
If I'm not streaming,
Yeah.
so what do you mean? Like, so if I'm not,
Like if you're not sitting at your video game console playing video games, what
oh,
would you
okay,
be
okay,
doing?
okay. So like, what I do outside of playing games and stuff like that
Yep.
online. You'll probably find me at my church. So my real job that I do, I probably should say my real job. I don't know how to word it. What I do outside of streaming is I'm a family pastor. My job is to take care of students from the moment they're born all the way to the seniors and gear them up that way and sharing the love of Jesus that way. Another thing that I do on my free time as well, you're gonna catch me on that soccer field playing soccer. That is my sport. I grew up playing soccer. Soccer is the love of my life. Um, and I know, I mean, the World Cup this past year, I was watching every game while I was in the office, out of the office, even when I wasn't watching it while I was driving, but I can hear it while I was driving. I'm put your phones down when you drive, people. But yeah, you'll catch me watching soccer, playing soccer, but then also more importantly, being a husband and a father. Family is important to me. You're always gonna hear something that my wife did or something my son did, because that is something that's very important to me in how I grew up, and something that I want to instill in my son of understanding the importance of family and how much your family's supposed to have your back.
Amen. I know 2026, the Cup's coming to North America.
Dude, I'm already saving money.
I was
I'm
gonna say, did you
already,
get your tickets ready?
dude, I've already, and the crazy thing with World Cup games, like you have to like send an application for tickets. It's weird. It's so weird how FIFA does things. But me, my dad, and my son, he'll be much older, or I won't say much older, but he'll be 4 years older.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I am so excited. I've been praying for this day.
Because I know Sam, who you also know, is really excited because he wants to go to the World Cup final, which is in Austin, Texas.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be there.
So,
I'm going to be there because Austin's not too far from where I live right now. So,
amen. My third question is, what made you start streaming?
man, what made me start streaming? There's a guy you might know. His name is Coach Clay. He is my mentor. He is my older brother from another mother. And he inspired me. Just outside of just the way that he had built his platform and was just loving on everybody who came in. I was like, man, that's something I can do. And I got talking to him about it. I started out questioning it, and the moment I brought it up, he was like, bro, just do it. And so I did. I wanted to build a platform in online to where I can reach people without having to go places, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just finding a way to be myself, play video games, something that I love to do. I was already playing video games. All I needed to do was put a camera on me and be entertaining to people, in the sense of engaging people. And so that's I just saw J. Cole's question. That's what got me started, just wanting to build a community, wanting to be someone who could be there for someone who needs somebody. There's so many people who watch streams and they're looking for someone to talk to. They're looking for someone to relate to. And I try my best anytime that I stream, somebody new hops in, or any recurring viewer, just to relate to them, to get to know them, to figure out what's going on, and not to pry into their life, but to see what ways I can encourage them and be that, I don't want to say be that rock for them, but to know that they got somebody they could lean on, and so that's why I started streaming.
Very nice. So what team do you for, Haiti or the U.S.?
I cheer for Brazil. So, and I'm gonna let you know. Oh, you're a bandwagoner. No. So my parents are from Haiti, and so in Haiti, our national team isn't too great, so we never make the World Cup. So in Haiti, you're either a Brazil fan or an Argentina fan, and so my parents are big Brazil fans, and so I'm a big Brazil fan, and so I cheer for Brazil now. As I've gotten older, You know, I've cheered for the U.S. I got my Pulisic jersey, you know, that I rock every now and then. I'm working on getting me a Alex Morgan jersey because hey, the women's side they the bomb.com, okay. But Brazil is my first soccer love.
Gotcha. And then J. Cole, man, you better shout that beautiful man out, and that's not a looks thing. Not that. Coach Coach
Coach
Clay's
Clay,
helping.
man,
He's helping a lot of us, I would say.
dude, he is man, just I just love what he's doing and the way that he's doing it and him staying himself. And that's just kind of the model that I kind of want to follow, but do it in my own way as well. I don't want to just do everything that he does. I trying to put my Martin spin, my breezy spin to it, you know,
Hmm.
and just being myself and building that platform in that way, to where you can have a band of brothers, a band of sisters who can come together and find a place where they can be themselves 100%. They don't have to, okay, let me act a certain way so Martin can like me. To know that I care about you regardless what you've gone through, regardless what you're going through or what you may go through. And that is my goal for my platform.
Hmm. No, I also hope to have Coach Clay on here one night. I think it'd be an awesome collab with me and him, just hanging out and talking like this. So
Dude, it'll be I'll be in that chat just soaking in every piece of, you know, information I could take. And I know that y'all want to be motivated, go listen to Coach Clay talk. Come on now.
and
Go
then
listen to that man. Homeboy can talk. Oh my gosh.
J. Cole's apologizing that he has a million questions, but so he
Now
has a
keep them
follow.
coming.
He has a follow up question. Do you own a Brazil jersey, and
Yes,
if so, who?
sir. I have Neymar's. I used to have a Ronaldinho jersey, but I grew out of it. I also used to have on Facebook on my personal page, you'll see Robinho. He was one of my grandfather's favorite players growing up, and that was just kind of also the name that he kind of gave me at times. So I had a Robinho one, but I grew out of that right now. I mean, I'm a bigger man than I was as a child. And so right now it's just the Neymar jersey, and I have like a plain, just generic Brazil jersey.
I have no soccer jerseys. I won't lie.
Hey, you need to get some, man. They comfortable. I know I
Yeah.
said that weird, but it's comfortable. Okay.
It's all good. My next question is: are you a casual or competitive gamer?
Right
And
now
why?
I am casual. Right now I'm casual. Call of Duty just they just uploaded ranked on like rank play, and I kind of want to test that out. Me and I believe J Cole. I haven't talked to J Cole about this yet, but and also another streamer friend of mine. His name is D2 Universe. He I know he and I have talked about it a lot and just kind of competing in that. 2K, I wanted to create a pro-am team, but we're missing a piece. We're missing a piece right now, and so we can't really compete. But me and my boys, we compete really hard in that rec, practicing plays, looking for ways for us to be efficient. But right now, this moment, I'm just casual, playing for fun. I am trying different games. I kind of want to. I got a couple of buddy of mine from college who are trying to get me to download Red Dead Redemption, and they're trying to. And then J Cole's low key is like he's trying to. I think that Hogwarts game that just dropped is something that I might tap into as well because that looks like a lot of fun.
Sam's been playing that the Hogwarts game, and it's crazy looking. I think you
I'm
like
I'm
it.
just waiting for one person to look at me sideways so I could just hit him with you know what I'm saying? Just like
Got Tyler in the chat saying, "What's up, Mr. Ness and Mr. Breezy?"
hey, what's up, Tyler?
Another,
LeBron.
another one that pops in and out of my chat a lot. So
Yes, sir. It's a good dude right there too, man. He's one of the guys I play 2K with as well. You know, we're training him to be one of the best centers. He used to be a power forward, but we transitioned him to a center to play center. And he's been killing it lately. So keep up the good work, Tyler, my boy.
and then J Cole says no Lavado.
Ooh, Rivaldo, bro. He was amazing, bro. He's another Brazilian soccer player. No, I didn't have his jersey. He was already out.
And then J. Cole is correcting you with the spell. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. That's all you.
I'm done with you, J. Cole. I'm dead. Oh my goodness.
See, that's what I guess we should have told J. Cole to stay quiet. I was cracking jokes on you.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
That's
what's up. That's what's up.
Next question, if you remember this far.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first console you ever owned, and what was the first game you? What was also the first game you had?
Sega Dreamcast. That was the first one I ever owned, and I want to say it was one of them Sonic games. I'm blanking on which one. Hold on, now I gotta look it up.
That's the first time I've heard of Dreamcast. A lot of people I've asked that question say the original Sega Genesis.
Nah, I had, you know, I'm a little younger than some people, you know. I'm a little younger.
Easy there, buddy. Okay.
I'm a little younger. Okay, I didn't say it. Okay,
I had to get my hair cut to get rid of the gray hair. Okay.
And I'm not gonna imply it either, because John's a young man. So yeah, if I see anybody trying to come at John, all right, we fighting.
I wish I was.
But no, Dreamcast was my first. And I want to say it was my cousin's first, and he gave it to me because I would always go over at his place and play it. But give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. Kids these days will never understand the whole wholesome feeling of the Dreamcast startup.
Dude, oh my gosh. Yes. Oh man, I miss it. Sometimes I go on YouTube just to find a video of just to hear the sound, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. That sometimes I do just to hear it.
Yeah, born into Nintendo cartridges or whatever makes them. Yes, Nintendo, Sega, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Any game system with a cartridge was always a pain in the ass to try to get to work, especially if you get the dust in it. You had to find a way to clear it. So
it was the Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 on Dreamcast for me.
Okay.
I played that thing left and right. So much so that when my parents was like, do you want to buy a new game? I was like, you can buy the same game since this one's beat up. Like, that's how much I love that, man.
Fair enough. Or having PlayStation memory cards, having to remember which card had.
Bro, yes. The struggle was real. Oh my gosh. The struggle was real with the memory cards. Not gonna lie. I actually, I'm gonna be honest, I never had a PlayStation. My friends had the PlayStation, so like we each had a different system, and like depending on like what we were feeling, that's how we decided whose house we was going to go play at. And so, but I never personally had to deal with the memory cards, but I remember waiting for my friends to load up some games. I'm like, bruh, how you not remember which memory card it is? Don't you not like you don't file them in the system? You don't got a filing system? And he's like, bro, you don't even have a filing system. What you talking about? But yeah. Yeah, the struggle was real with them.
I remember playing PlayStation 2, you always had the 8 gigabyte memory cards.
Yes, sir.
And whenever you played Madden, saving a franchise would take up almost half of it.
Yes, sir.
So you could only literally save maybe 1 or 2 things on that memory card, and then you needed another one.
Yep. And you couldn't go ask your parents to get another one, because, they'd be like, didn't I just get you one?
Yeah. He says, "Red ring your death. Sorry if that brings any bad memories for anyone." I thought I had it once on my Xbox 360. All I had to do was unplug it, plug it back in.
Bro, yes. He said, remember when 8 gigabytes was a lot? Yes, sir.
Yeah, now it's Trump changing the gaming world pretty much.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's, man, somebody said, man, I got 8. All right, I can't talk with you right now. I'm sorry. Give me a terabyte, please. I need...
I mean, I have 2 on my PlayStation 4 right now, and not even close to probably half of that. So
I had to get me a storage thing for my Xbox and put that 2 terabyte storage just so I can have all the games that I want.
So that pretty much answers my next question.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, based off your answer to the last question, would you say you're for Sony, Microsoft, or PC?
I am an Xbox guy. Fell in love with the Xbox when Xbox 360 came out. Just NCAA. That game was thebomb.com, and I don't know you can get on PlayStation, but there was just something with the Xbox 360 that was just super fun to have. But yeah, ever since Xbox 360 came out, I've had the Xbox One, and now I got the Xbox S Series S, and I just love it. I do want to dabble. I do want to get a PlayStation, just because that Spider-Man game. Like that's the only reason why I want to get a PlayStation to play this freaking Spider-Man game, because it looks like a lot of fun. And you got Miles Morales as well, and his oh man, like that's the only. And if I ever did get a PlayStation 5 or any PlayStation, like it would just to play Spider-Man. And that sounds bad to waste all that money just for one game.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love the Xbox. It's just because I don't know. I'm that type of dude. Once I get it, I'm gonna stay with it regardless until like it does me dirty and does me wrong. From the moment I bought an Apple phone, I've been Apple products all the way. So I'm the same way with my gaming stuff. Now, am I jealous of PC people? Yes, I am. I really am, because them towers are nice. Okay, them towers are nice, and the things that they can do to games. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'll be a gold digger for a PC. Okay, like, but yeah, them setups are nice. But I eventually would want to get a PC just for some different games. Like Loki, I think a game that I'll probably play until I die is Among Us, because I just love that game so much. And different other games that you can do. I think I've been told Call of Duty, it plays better on a PC, and so I haven't had the opportunity to test that out. And maybe one day, Lord willing, I'll be able to do that and to see the difference. But it is what it is for now. Yeah. I'll be Team Xbox.
I went back and forth. I had a PlayStation 2 as a kid. Then I got my own 360. But then when I got my own place, I went from a PS3. Now I have a PS4. So.
You think you gonna get the 5?
No.
You gonna wait? You gonna wait for the next one to go out?
Yep. I mean, I'm not that much like a game when I can, but being tied up with this nowadays, it's like,
yeah.
This is my free time.
Yeah.
During the show, I'll hop on Fortnite occasionally with Sam and a bunch of people, but.
Yeah, dude. So I think the Xbox Series S is the first Xbox that I bought with my own money. All my other Xboxes were gifts, like I got for Christmas or for a birthday. Wow. And so this one was the one I had to convince my wife, it's okay, love, it's my Christmas bonus money. I can get it. I can afford it. And I was glad I was able to get one before the whole PlayStation Xbox shortage happened. Man, I'm so glad I was able to get that before that.
Lucky. I'm just reading some of these comments. J. Cole said, having that avatar in the 360 made me feel like I was someone.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was dope.
Low key. And then he sent the Spider-Man and The Last of Us, which is another exclusive PlayStation game. Tyler's Spider-Man and Miles Morales were amazing games. And then speaking of Spider-Man, is that a Spider-Man poster back there?
Yes, sir. Let me see if I can. Excuse me for my setup. It's pretty dirty, but yeah, that's Spider-Man right there. I'm working on fixing this place. That's actually like the door to get to my garage. Right now, I had to move my setup from. I was set up in our guest room. It was like my office, but once my son started walking, I wanted him to be able to see me while I played instead of being isolated. So, gotcha. Still working on stuff.
And then PC be a down payment for places?
Boy, you ain't lying, bro. It's either rent or a PC.
And then down payment plus 4 months worth of payments. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't play Among Us with Martin. I be trusting him way too much. I mean, I had played with all you guys before, and it was a lot of fun.
Dude, it was fun. I think the last time I played Among Us, actually, no, it wasn't the last time. But I think one of the best times I played was when Coach Clay used to do the community games.
Yep.
Bro, I think there was a round where I was able to gaslight Dom so well. so well. Like it was just one of those things where I literally killed. And it wasn't Dom. It was somebody else, I guess. Dom was just the person he was the deciding vote. But I literally killed Coach Clay in front of somebody, and like reactor was going off. And so like I killed Coach Clay, and then I did reactor, and the guy was like, "Bro, you just gonna kill Coach Clay in front of me?" I was like, "Bro, I was doing reactor," and Dom was like, "I was doing reactor." I was like, "Exactly. So he must be the killer." He's like, "Nah, fam, you literally just killed him." I was like, "Dom, if I killed him, reactor would still be going right now." And like Dom ended up voting for the other dude. It was oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
Yeah, J. Cole, I went from PlayStation 1, 360, PS4 to Series X. So he goes both ways too.
Hey, okay, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
Yeah, and then I got my Xbox off Facebook Marketplace.
Hey, there you go.
A good place to buy some stuff like that. And then, bro, I miss community games. Yeah, I mean we all do. I mean they were a lot of fun to play with Coach and just share laughs with them. I mean
That's why we gotta make our own community games now. You know, maybe that's something that we can pick up on the side, like you know.
yeah. I mean whenever I'm not doing this, I have my PlayStation and all that stuff set up right here. I mean, till I get my new studio set up, I'm in actually my spare bedroom. But
Okay, word. Oh yeah, how's that setup coming along?
I got my backdrop. It's just now it's basically getting the lighting set up down there first.
Okay.
Cleaning the room up a little bit. I got to shampoo carpets and stuff because a cat destroyed them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Them cats, they do. Okay. Are you a cat person, or you just have a cat?
I just have a cat.
Okay, cool. I swear, cats they be planning stuff, man. They be planning some stuff, but I'm not. I don't know if you got cat people in the chat right now, so I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
And J. Cole, we must carry the burden for Coach.
Let's do it. Come on now, we got it. Let's do it.
So, right, my other question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this one's a bit complex.
Okay.
So, think of when
complex.
you're playing Call of Duty.
Word.
Okay. If you're playing a campaign mode or story mode, do you play any of it offline or do you do it all on stream?
Depending on the game. So with Call of Duty, I don't do story mode online. Mainly because I'm too impatient. Like I'll skip through all the cuts and like people are like, man, I was watching the cutscene, and I was like, okay. 2K, I've noticed that people care more about the rec play or the pro-am play. But like with FIFA, that like the campaign stuff on FIFA, they've always did a great job of storytelling on FIFA, and people are intrigued by that. Like so much so, like you have people who there's a Facebook group where for people who just do career mode, and so that's something that I've noticed. If I did a game like, say for instance, if I had a PS5 and was able to play the Spider-Man game, that's something that that a campaign mode on that is something that you would have to do. I was thinking about doing a campaign mode of the WWE 2K22. I'm thinking about doing a campaign mode of that and just kind of starting and kind of letting the people watching choose who I fight and stuff like that. But it just depends on the game and how I'm feeling as well.
Gotcha. I know Sam's doing the whole campaign mode for Hogwarts right now.
Oh, word.
So
see, now that's a game. If I had, I would stream the whole campaign mode because, like, one, it'd get Harry Potter fans. See, I'm mixing words together. It's been a long day. My bad. It get Harry Potter fans in the chat, and then you're able to like talk to people and do all that stuff. I think a game like that, you think of like that game. What other games that have a great campaign? I think like Halo has a really good campaign mode. That's like when you stream it, you're able to get that nostalgia of the other, like the older games as well. And like what other games that you can do with the campaign that can grab people's attention. Now I'm blanking.
Well, your twin has arrived in the chat.
Hey, what's up, twin? How you doing? How's my niece? How's my nephew?
And J. Cole's like, No one wants to watch Martin beat up random kids 75-1 every game, so story mode is more interesting. That man is too good at FIFA.
I don't want to say I'm too good, but
Andrew's gushing over here, man. She has her twin
yeah.
on screen and her love of life in comments.
Hey,
And
okay. Oh yeah, J. Cole is the love of her life.
and then I'm just John.
Hey, no. You co-host John, okay?
I like to give people a hard time because we have a thing going on my other shows like hashtag just here for Morgan or hashtag just for Andrew. Like, what about me?
No.
I'm the one hosting this. Like,
Yeah, we hear. Hey, it's because it says you present it, so therefore they're coming in support of them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And then Mabel was great. Her birthday was yesterday. Eli.
What? That's what's up. Happy birthday, Mabel. I think last year I sang to her. Didn't I do that last year? I think I did.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, today's my niece's birthday. I wish her a happy birthday as well.
What's her name? Happy birthday to her too.
Mia.
Mia. Happy birthday, Mia. May the Lord continue to bless you both in many ways. Come on now.
And Andrew says you did sing to her last year.
I did. Oh man.
Well, I expect another video message coming soon, Andrew. Now he's gonna have to top his performance.
I have to. I'd sing right now, but this is the basement show, okay? Not the voice.
Sing.
Oh no. I'm not warmed up.
Right. So, have you ever done a 24-hour stream? If not, would you ever?
Ooh, I have not done the 24-hour stream. You remember Lou?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he keeps every time he hops in my chat. When's the 24-hour stream? I keep saying, nah, fam. I'm not gonna say never. Maybe there's an opportunity. Maybe there is. Maybe a day will come where I'm able to do that and make it like a fundraiser thing. So I'm not gonna say no. But it's kind of hard to do a 24-hour stream when you have a toddler because my duties as a father is very important to me. That comes first. My family duties. I'm childish. My family obligations. My family obligations come first. And so to be able to do that would have to be a situation where like my wife and son are out of town and I'm like, all right, I'm going Friday and Saturday,
Yeah. 24-hour stream with me and you can Halo. There you go.
Yes, Andrea. Yes. Also, I need to see you on 2K as well. Come on now.
Andrew's a baller? I never knew that.
Yeah, she a baller. She be hiding her talents.
I guess Andrew's gonna start her own stream soon. Watch out.
Come on now. Hey, I would stop streaming just to watch her stream. Let's go.
Amen to that. Sign me up too.
Let's go.
And they're making fun of you. You said duty.
See, that's how I know you guys are my people. That's how I know you're my people.
Oh, family here, you know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, this next one, some people say it's me, but I disagree. But what is the most well-known person you ever gamed with, and what is your most well-known follower? Do you have any celebrities that you ever played with?
Celebrities? Ooh. I mean, I would say the most well-known would be Coach Clay. I think he is banking on followers on all the platforms he's on right now. And so he follows me back. So I would say for both of those, it'd be him. He's like I said before he was Coach Clay, he was my mentor. Fun fact, he and his wife did my wife and I's premarital counseling. And so like that's how much of like family he is to me. And so he's the guy. He's the guy. And yes, my twin is my most well-known viewer. I see you, Andrea. I see you.
And she says, I'm not the best at 2K. I'm decent at people, but not on Martin level.
What you mean, Martin level? Nah, don't be lying to the people now.
See, even Andrea understands Martin going X game modes on FIFA.
That is true. Andrea used to watch me play FIFA a lot. Oh man, and and you see me play 2K. Like I'm chill, I'm calling my stuff. But when it comes to soccer, it's it's a sense of pride that comes out. It's not a healthy thing at times. There's times where I'm playing soccer, whether that be on FIFA or in real life, where I need to give myself a reality check. I'm not as good as I used to be.
Mama never lies.
Hmm.
I'm gonna leave that "Mama never lies" comment alone. I'll be nice. All right. Next question is: what is the favorite game you ever played?
Ooh, favorite game of all time, like in my lifetime.
Yep.
Man,
Making you think.
okay. Favorite game I've ever played.
This one gets a lot of people stumped. I like it. It makes them think.
Yeah, because there's so many good games out there. But if I were to say my favorite game to ever play, and like if this was the game that I would play for the rest of my life. Hold up, let me make sure I get the right game.
Oh, that's tough. Not tough, but tough. J. Cole making fun of me in my chat.
Okay. It would be um okay. So it has to be a game.
Yeah, a game.
Okay. So for me, it would probably be FIFA 18. Mainly because that one started a 3-game series of a storyline that it followed,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the beginning of the storyline. And it was just that story mode on FIFA was just so it was so good and so relatable, especially for me as a soccer player. It was like literally like this is what I wanted my dream to be, where I thought that my life was going, but it wasn't, because I'm here now, not playing pro soccer. But FIFA 18 would be the game that I'd play for the rest of my life.
Now, when you say series, I'm guessing what FIFA 18, 19, and 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. It might be 17, 18, 19, but I want to say it's 18, 19, 20.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to show my age. I always tell people this. My favorite game ever was Tecmo Super Bowl on Sega Genesis.
Okay, that game is fun.
Not the one with Bo Jackson, the one that came after
Yeah.
that, 93.
Yeah.
You could drop all the way back to the end zone and throw it 100 yards down to the end zone.
Yes, sir. That's a good one. Oh, man. Now it makes me... Okay, hold up. Do I change my... Nah. That's tough.
You can change it. I mean, this live. It's not like it's edited or anything. We just live and uncut.
I don't know. Because now I'm thinking about like all, the Super Mario games, Mario Kart. Like I completely forgot to think about those games too.
That happens. It makes you think. So
I don't know. That's a great question, John. I guess that's why you're the host and you're the ones asking questions. That's a great question.
I got two other hard ones for you that make you think too.
Oh no, I'm scared.
And then J. Cole has a question. If you had become a professional footballer, what club would you have wanted to play for?
Barcelona.
No hesitation on that one.
Barcelona, hands down. And that would have been my destination place. If I didn't make it there, understandable. But like that would have been that. I loved watching Barcelona in its heyday. And I'm talking about before Messi. I'm talking about the days of Ronaldinho, like those days. Because those days led up to the Messi and the Neymar days. Those days when I was a kid watching them play, I had a smile on my face the whole game. Any season, and they could have lost. I just love how technical they played, and they just played so beautifully. Ronaldinho is one of my favorite players of all time, and just the way he would finesse around the field was something that I really wanted to do. So,
I remember I was on a work trip up here in New Jersey. I was staying at a hotel up by New York, up in like Hanover or something, like right outside New York City.
mm-hmm.
The Real Madrid men's soccer team was staying at the same hotel.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, you should have seen the amount of security they had.
Oh, man.
The amount of people that were out in that parking lot at 5, 6 o'clock every morning trying to catch Messi and people like that. It was absolutely insane.
It's crazy. Like, this, I wish I can't get on my soccer soapbox. I wish the United States understood like the fandom the rest of the world has on soccer. And so, but I'm gonna stop it there.
Uh,
But yeah, man, there was a was I was my family was in Chicago, and I think Real Madrid was doing a tour where they were just playing some MLS teams and stuff like that. And I was so close to going to that game, but my parents were like, nah.
I went to Philadelphia Union, Manchester United back in the day. That was insane.
Ooh, I bet that was insane because nobody was cheering for Philly.
No. 72,000 people in that stadium.
Yeah, everybody was a Man U fan that day.
Yep. And then Andrew saying backyard sports was mine, basketball.
Yo, I forgot about backyards. Oh my gosh. Yo, those were so lit. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then she has a question for you. What's your go-to jersey number?
Number 12. 12 is my number. It's my favorite number. I was born on the 12th month. It's just always been a lucky number. I feel like my best year of my life was when I was 12 years old. To ask me why, I'm gonna just say I just feel that it was the best year of my life. I don't know. I hit a growth spurt, maybe. Just 12 has just been just a reoccurring number. I've noticed my parents got married on the 12th day of the 12th month. I am the second child, which is 10 numbers away from 12. I can go on my long little thing about 12. The fact that there's 12 months in a year. I just love that number. But also, like, you add it up to 3, and 3 is one of those perfect holy numbers. But anyways, I'm gonna stop there. 12 is my jersey number. If 12 is taken, I'll take number 7.
I always said 13 because I grew up liking Dan Marino.
Hey, okay,
my favorite
okay.
player growing up. So
respect.
And then I'm reading in the comments, and now I can see why you and Andrew are twins because 12 is her favorite number.
Hey, see, look at that. We twins. Is that twin? Was it twin telepathy? I think that's what it's called. I may have said that wrong. I don't know.
It sounds about right.
We just call it a normal day.
All right, so now the last 2 questions, like I said, are really going to make you think.
All right, bet. Let's go.
So, which video game character do you feel you most could relate to?
Which video game character I can relate to the most?
Yeah, as like yourself.
Ooh. That's so good. That's so good. This gonna sound. I don't know. Hold up. Wait a minute.
I didn't say this was easy.
Which video game character I can relate to the most? Or I feel like it's me. I think that's the question.
Even J. Cole said, dang, that's hard to in caps.
Jeez, that's a tough one. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna use a cheat code and say FIFA. I think you're kind of hitting on like characteristics of a. I'm gonna say Sonic, and Sonic the Hedgehog, and this is why I'm gonna say Sonic. Right, 1, he was super fast. I was the fastest kid on my team. 2, his perseverance to keep fighting regardless of the situation, always to look forward to the next situation. And also, he had a good time. There was always a smile on Sonic's face throughout whatever obstacle. And I feel like I smile a lot. So I'm going to say Sonic.
I
was going to say Mario because I got a little dad bod, but I'm going to go Sonic.
Well, I got a dad bod too, and I'm single, so I'm in trouble. But Andrew wanted me to repeat the question. Andrew, I had asked, which video game character do you feel you most could relate to? And the last couple people I've had on it, like, they give me like the same response, like, wow, like they really had to think about it.
That's a good one. That's a really good question. Yeah, I'm gonna go Sonic the Hedgehog. 1, he keeps fighting. I feel like regardless what situations I'm in, I keep fighting through. But also with that, looking for like he has an optimistic view on things too at times. And so I feel like when things go south, like I'm not like, oh no, it's the end of the world. I'm like, all right, what are the things that we need to learn in this situation? How are we going to grow, and what are we going to do to make sure this doesn't happen again? And that's just kind of how I live my life and how I take on situations. And I'm really fast. Well, I used to be really fast before I hurt my knee, but I'm working on it. I'll get back there. And he's cool.
Yeah.
He's
So
cool.
now, besides for being able to relate to, my last question is: if you could replace any video game character, who would you replace?
Ooh, like when you say replace, like take them out of existence.
Yeah, well, take him out and put yourself in the shoes.
Oh, put myself in their shoes.
Yeah.
Oh. It's not gonna be Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's gonna be Spider-Man Just Too Breezy. Okay, come on now. There's Spider-Man or if they ever make a Black Panther game, if they ever make a Black Panther game, I never freeze. Okay, come on now, let's go. I never freeze. Wakanda forever. Let's go.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
that. But since there's not a Black Panther game out there, I'm going with Spider-Man Just Too Breezy. I think that's a game everybody would play.
Yeah.
I think.
Cool.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just listening to what you said. Spider-Man is a good choice. I mean, I had said Max Payne, be that like a special assassin going around.
Yes, sir.
Capping people and stuff.
That's dope. Or any like Assassin's Creed character.
Yeah.
I could have gone that way too, but no. I don't feel like killing people. I feel like saving people. Okay.
Fair enough. J. Cole said I would have said Kirby because when shit hits the fan on games, I just let Martin eat.
Oh, Cole.
And then after that, Tyler adds, I gotta say Bowser for me.
Man. Yo, oh my gosh. He said Kirby because I'm dying right now. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That's really good. That's some good stuff right there.
See, that's the bonus aspect of this show. It's live. People can interact with it. And
Yes, sir.
that's what I like about what I'm doing. I mean, sure, you can do regular audio recording podcast and then release it, but
Yeah.
having something like this, like you can have that live feedback. You get the interaction of it.
Exactly, and I think it brings a brand new element that one, you get to focus on what the people are saying, what they're talking about, and they get to engage with you. Ooh, excuse me, didn't mean to burp on the mic like that.
It's all right.
I had a soda, so all that carbonation get back. This is what happens when you get old, folks. Just being able to interact with everybody, that's always dope. And I think that's the beauty of what we do when we build that community, when we build a place for people to gather, regardless what situations they're in. You invite them into this place, and one, you have a place for them to come, regardless on you're running 4 shows a week, regardless what topic that's going on for you. You have those avenues, you have those platforms now, and now it's all about growing it and making sure that you continue to do your thing.
I mean, exactly what I'm trying to do. I mean, I'm working on trying to get some type of T-shirts or merchandise released this year. Like I said, building a studio in my house. I mean, I'm taking it to the next level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, J.K. Cole was saying, I always wanted to be Snake from Metal Gear Solid. I think his name was Snake.
Snake from Metal Gear. Oh, okay. I think I know who you're talking about, Cole.
And then Martin keeps talking about getting old. John just over there looking like him, like, bruh. Thanks for having my back there, Cole. I mean, some nights I feel old, some nights I feel young. I mean, depends on how you want to look at it.
Hey, Cole, leave John alone, man.
I know I just
leave John alone. He is young in heart. Okay, that's all that matters.
I know I just turned 36, but leave me alone. And that's a true statement. I really just did turn 36.
Hey, let's go. Hey, you young, bro. I heard 36 the new 21, so you young.
I always say though, people say, "Yeah, oh, you're just a youngster." Put it to you this way: I've been at my job almost 17 years.
Oh wow.
So when you think about it, 36, 7, and then being at the same place for almost 17 years, kind of makes you feel old.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear that.
So, hey, man, us young guys gotta look out for each other.
Yes, sir. Come on. Yes, sir. He with us. He one of the young ones.
No.
Hey.
Trevor Lawrence wannabe.
Oh man, no. I think one of the kind of going to this old young things. So I was joining this pro am team. Or in the process of joining. I ended up not. I just didn't vibe with them. But they were like, they're trying to schedule out when we were going to practice and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, I can't get on until after I put my kid to sleep. This dude just ran like, oh, we got an old head in here. We got an old head. I was like,
Jeez.
bro, I'm only 27. What you talking about, old head? Like, I'm still in my 20s. Like, what's going on? How am I old head? Just because I got a kid? I didn't say my kids. I didn't say I had a 18-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, bruh, I was shook at that moment. I was like, dang, Nah, I'm still young. I'm 27. I got time.
Well, and not the old head?
Yes. I was like, they were like, old head alert, old head alert. I was like, bruh, you know what? Fine, I'll be an old head. I'll be an old head.
What we used to say as kids, P911 or something like that. When your parents were coming into it. Parent alert, parent alert.
Parent alert. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You gotta let the tears fall in the shower after that one. Can't let no one see that. Wow.
Bro, you do, man. In that moment, J. Cole, I was just like, in the eyes of an angel.
That's a classic song that we can sing for hours.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think I did the one night I was playing for, and there was a group of people, and they like were going on their own thing, so I started singing Celine Dion all by myself.
Hey, okay.
Joe says, hi, Bernie Mac.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead.
And then J. Cole really having wheezing. I mean, I got my wheezing spouts too once in a while.
Hey, man, you gotta let it out. You gotta let it out, you know.
We don't see J. Cole hopping in on this live feed.
Hey, it's gonna be dope.
Remember, he was the one that backed out of my Super Bowl show, so maybe he's at least I can say Breezy's been on my show, unlike J. Cole.
Hey, it has been an honor to be on this show. Come on now. I pray for more opportunities for me to come back.
So, if you want, I haven't started planning yet. I'm hoping to do it sometime early summer or July. I'm doing an NFL off-season show.
Ooh, okay.
So I know I had talked to Tyler about it. I think I maybe mentioned to J. Cole. The NFL.
Yeah. I think you mentioned it in one of my streams. You were chatting on it. Yeah.
The NFL offseason is my favorite time of year. Between the free agency, drafting, coaching changes, all that stuff. So I'm trying to put together a 6-hour show.
Oh, okay. Word up.
So if you would like to be part of it, I will extend you the invite right now.
Yeah.
Rather
I think that'd be dope.
A team or a division. Like, I know you're a Patriots fan.
Oh, yes, sir.
But
hey.
I can give
you got the best of us the last time we met. It's okay. So you don't have to do that.
I can give you the AFC East as a whole, or you could just cover the Patriots. You pick.
I think with the moves Bill Belichick has been doing the past few years, I'm going to just stick with my Patriots so I can go off on his moves, but also in the segment that I have with, and Bill I trust still kind of, I don't know.
I was kind of surprised to see Brady just up and retire. I figured he might want to try to go back to New England for one more year, run it back, and then they can both retire.
Nah, I think once the whole divorce thing happened, I knew he was done. Like, I knew, like, it was, if the opportunity for him to sign a one-day contract to even retire as a Patriot, like, that should have happened the first time he retired. I knew once he retired again, he was just going to do it on his own terms.
And then J. Cole was like, where do you think Derek Carr goes, and do you think Lamar stays with the Ravens? Derek
Carr will go, hold up. I think Derek Carr ends up with Tampa.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just saying things right now.
Okay. 'Cause Tyler's in
And
the chat.
honestly, if I'm Lamar, this is what I do. If the Ravens don't if they franchise you, go to Cabo for the whole season. Don't even show up. Don't even show up because clearly they don't want you there. Like, I mean, with what he's done for them so far, sit down somewhere. Like, and one, why risk another injury? Like, this year proved like he was balling out before he got hurt, and he wasn't even hurt on something that was like super crazy. You know, it was it MCL tear or PCL tear?
PCL sprain, I believe it was.
Sprain, yeah. And you know, me as a person I've completely blown my ACL, meniscus, and all them ligaments right there. Like, I understand the hard work it is to get back, but then like the PT for you to like strengthen the knee and come back and like people pressuring you, oh, you should be able to play in playoffs. I'm glad he didn't play because if his knee's not stable, bro, he ends up like RG3 and nobody wants that.
Yeah. And Tyler saying, I'll give me the NFC South. I won't be biased. That bullshit. If I can do the Lions, I need an hour and a half from J. Cole. And Tyler saying, heck no, I don't want his ass. So.
Oh, you don't want Derek Carr? It's better than your backup.
I really want him to go to ATL, let Atlanta run the NFC South.
Ooh. You talking about Lamar? You want Lamar to go to Atlanta? Bro, could you imagine Michael Vick 2.0 ending back up in Atlanta? Bruh.
They need a coach better.
It's true.
I mean, Arthur Smith's not bad, but
true.
You kind of see what he did with Marcus Mariota last year, so
yeah.
I guess the scheme fits.
Yeah. I mean, but you mean he'll actually have he wouldn't have. Is Ridley comes back this season, like this upcoming season, right?
But he's not in Atlanta anymore.
Where's he at?
He got traded to Jacksonville.
Yes. I remember that now. I remember that. Then he would need receivers. I think what Lamar needs is receivers. He got Pitts, right?
Drake London.
But he needs like a bona fide receiver, like someone who's already proved himself. I don't know.
Well, that's a whole other show, but
yeah, because that's one thing that we haven't seen Lamar have, receivers.
Yeah,
and maybe he doesn't run as much if he has bona fide receivers.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the one year that Vic had the receivers in Philly, what he did. So,
boy, Michael Vick was special.
Yeah,
I loved him. I really did.
A lot of people thought we should have won the Super Bowl that year. Vic, Deshaun, Jeremy Maclin, McCoy as a rookie. Like, it was a stacked team.
It was. It really was. Man, when I play flag football, my inner Michael Vick will come out on not like the whole dog situation, but like on the field. On the field. Like that was fun.
I was always that precision passer.
But when he took off, bruh, he out.
J. Cole saying Atlanta has cap space though. He'd have Pitts to fill Andrews' role, and if they could sign some wide receivers, automatic playoff bid.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially with how open that division is. Like honestly, that division now is the new NFC East. You know what I'm saying? Because like, no offense, John, but in the past, all the four teams in that division, it was always like it was never like, oh, they're gonna run the table. It was always a toss up. Like it could be the Cowboys, it could be the Eagles, it could be the Giants. You know, this year all four of y'all's team were like almost playoff teams, which was wild.
Yeah.
But I think the MC South is going to be that division where every year, until someone comes in and takes over, every year they'll have a losing record, but yet still be division winners.
Well, they already announced the Super Bowl for next year. I don't know if you saw that or not. They had already announced the Super Bowl. Someone had went on the Wikipedia and put the 2024 Super Bowl as the Cincinnati Bengals and Dallas Cowboys.
Oh man, let me tell you something. Cowboys haven't been to the Super Bowl since I was born, and I don't think it'll happen in my lifetime. So,
okay. Well, if you want me to make you laugh even more about the Dallas Cowboys, I always say I don't acknowledge my 9th birthday.
Ooh.
You know why?
Why?
Last time the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl was January 28th, 1996. Versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's wild.
It was on my ninth birthday.
I was a month old.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm old. Can't help it.
Hey, nah, you not old. You young. You one of us, okay? You one of us.
Commander said, "In Tim Howell we trust." Man.
Oh man, I'm dead.
If you're a Cowgirl fan, say go ahead and pull out the VCR and watch those on repeat till next season.
Oh man. Okay, here's the thing though. And it's probably the last thing I say about the Cowboys because I live in Arlington and I don't want them to come jump me. Okay. They have a good team. They just need better coaching.
Yeah.
They need better coaching. And like one, you got back-to-back years where time management and play calls is the reason why they don't move on in the playoffs. And people are going to say, well, the players need to execute. Well, the coaches got to coach better. You got to coach your team before the game exactly what to do so that they're not completely relying on what your play call is going to be. You know, there's a reason why the great coaches, the one thing that they always tell their players, do your job. If you do your job well, you're not worrying about everybody else. If the O-line's doing their job well, you know, the QB's able to perform, the wide receivers running their rights well, they're going to be able to get open passes and stuff like that. Defense plays well, you know, they're going to get stops, yada, yada, yada. Dallas Cowboys, it just seems in the fourth quarter, once 2 minutes hit, they forget how to do their job. And it is what it is. In the past 20-something years, 27 years, that's the reason why they can't make it back to the Super Bowl, because they forget how to do their job. And the main person in that organization who forgets how to do their job is their owner himself, Jerry Jones. I've said it.
Yeah. Good night, Andrea. I'll talk to you
Good night,
later.
twin. Hope you have a great night. Tell Joe I said love your brother, and you tell my niece and nephew I love them, okay?
But the biggest test going to come with Dallas this year, I think, is because they no longer have Kellen Moore. He has to be bought out of his contract. He went to the Chargers as the OC.
Right.
So now you're really going to see what kind of player Dak Prescott really is with a whole new coach in there.
Well, we seen what Dak looked like before Moore, right?
Mm-hmm.
We saw him with him, and when he first started with him, he looked great. Question is now, like, I think they said McCarthy's going to be the one calling the plays now for this upcoming season.
Probably.
And we saw how that looked with Aaron Rodgers, and Dak's not on Aaron Rodgers' level. I'm just saying. So,
yeah, not even close.
But I mean, they got better receivers than Green Bay had in that time. So, we'll see. We'll see.
True. But we'll talk about football in a whole other show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
More or less going to come back. I'm going to wrap things up, call it a night.
All right, man.
Thanks to Just Too Breezy. Don't leave yet. I want to talk to you for a minute off the show if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I got you.
Okay. But everybody else, J. Cole, Tyler, Andrea, Gary, thanks for all popping in tonight. Curtis was in here earlier. It's been a fun night. I take tomorrow night off. But if you want to watch Miss Andrea, she'll be on Friday night on our Friday night movie night show. That's another fun little laid-back conversation. We talk about different movies and stuff. We usually start that around 9:15 so she can get her kids to bed, but she is a very knowledgeable movie person as well, so it's a fun conversation. But just thank you everybody for hanging out. I mean, it means a lot to me. If you haven't done so, I know everybody in chat follows Just Too Breezy, but if you go back and watch the show, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, drop this man a follow. You like his content. He's a laid-back, chill streamer, always acknowledges his chat. Anything you'd like to add, sir?
If you haven't done so already, please follow my boy, Mr Knast, man. He's putting in the work. I appreciate you having me. And for those of you guys who do end up following me, let me know that you are coming from the basement show. Because, you know, I would love to give you guys a shout out. And also I want to let Mr Knast know who a part of his community has joined my community as well. Because we trying to, like you said earlier, we trying to grow together. We're helping each other grow in every single way possible that we can. And if we don't build that community together, you know, We just gonna be two individuals trying to do things by ourselves, and I don't think that's how life's supposed to be. And last thing of encouragement, if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here for you. You can follow me on Just Too Breezy, and that's all social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, Just Too Breezy Gaming on Twitch, on Facebook. But if you ever need someone to talk to, if you need somebody to pray for you, I am here for you. I am that dude. Just feel free to be yourself in my stream and in my chat, because everybody's welcome. So once again, appreciate it, John.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I back that up. I'm always open if people need to talk. I mean, my phone's literally sits right next to my ear like this on my shoulder. So anytime of the night, if people need to talk, feel free to hit me up. So, but other than that, hope everyone has a good night, and we will see you. Well, I'll see you, not we. Unless you want to.
Hey, I'll be in the chat. I'll be in the chat, and if Mr. Knast wants me back, I'm always gonna say yes. So y'all take it easy and be breezy.
Well, unless you want to join your twin on Friday night, that's all I was gonna say.
Hey, let me check my. Hey, Friday night's actually date night, so I'm taking my wife on her Valentine's date on Friday night. So yeah. I gotta take care of the wife Friday night.
You enjoyed that.
Yes, sir. We'll do.
But otherwise, have a good night. I'm out.